From Hanoi, Vietnam, July 10th, 2018, you are watching Jinka Jabo. Back to Jinka Jabo. Today we're just going to talk about a few news events, including the first one here in Vietnam, link in the description below. But this has to do with a teen getting a death sentence for killing a family of 5 in Saigon. And actually, I don't remember hearing about this, oddly enough, even though I was in Vietnam during Tet of this year. But the news goes that last week on Monday, he was sentenced to death for a murder of 5 in Ho Chi Minh City. His name is Nguyen Hue Ting, 18, and he was found guilty of the heartless killing of Mai Xuan Chinh, 46, his wife, and their 3 children aged between 6 and 13 on February 12th this year. That's right, it was February 12th. I remember it was right before Valentine's Day. Tik has been forced to pay 200 million VND to the victim's next of kin. According to the indictment, Ting was an employee at Chin's welding shop in Binh Tan district on the city's outskirts since August 2017. He received a monthly salary of 4.5 million plus food and accommodation. He attended the family's year-end party on the night of February 12th with his colleagues, but while his coworkers returned home to celebrate the Lunar New Year after the party, Ting asked to stay behind at the family's house. That night, he stabbed Ching's entire family to death. Very horrible story. And actually, you hear about stuff like this happening by and by in different parts of the world. I remember when I was teaching just a short summer course in Taiwan, something happened right in the town where I was currently living, in fact, Wisconsin, in River Falls in Wisconsin. And a man going through a bad divorce killed 3 of their 3 children, drowned them all or something. It was something really gruesome. It was that, and then it was the Aurora shooting. So it's a word of sympathy to any of my listeners from Vietnam or living in Vietnam, of course. This is just part and parcel, I guess, of modern life. It's amazing how young he is and how he is sentenced to death. And I wonder how often executions take place in Vietnam. I certainly haven't heard about them yet. So definitely a sad story. And definitely... my heart goes out to the family and to Vietnam as a whole and for how these things look. And the picture provided in this article, you'll see the picture of the young man, Ting. And he just looks so young, He looks like one of my students or something. He just looks, I don't know. Just the puzzled look in his face, his hair, everything. It's just such a tragic story. And you see 3 Vietnamese police officers, those unmistakable green outfits that you see everywhere. Anyway, I'm very sorry for him and his family and for everyone involved. And I wonder what this says about youth, and I wonder what pushed him over. With American killers and people who do stuff like this, teenagers who go out on a limb and go crazy or whatever, they're prone to leave extensive manifestos or to... use iconography in some way, where like every mass shooting pretty much since Columbine has some lonely culprit talking about how great Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold were. And I don't really see the same thing happening here. I just see it as one person just going completely over the edge, nuts, and killing a family, stabbing a family to death. I know Tet is kind of a stressful time of year for everyone involved, including us foreigners. I've spent 2 Tets in Vietnam, and both were quite lonely. I forget what I did last year. It wasn't interesting, whatever it was. I don't know if I was in Hanoi or what. But this poor guy and this poor situation, this poor country. I just wanted to share that with everyone, just to share it, I guess, and just that we can have our sympathies rest with the people involved and with Vietnam at this hard time. Over and out.